In early 2006, the collaboration had accumulated nearly 2,000 documents dating between the 12th century and present day, spanning four continents. In almost all cases, the stories were identical. I've been in contact with a number of this group and was able to get some experts from their upcoming book, A Suicide Note, 1964. As I prepare to take my life, I feel it necessary to argue any guilt or pain I have introduced through this act. It is not the fault of anyone other than him, for once I awoke and felt his presence, and once I awoke and saw his form. Once again I awoke and heard his voice and looked into my eyes. I could not sleep without fear of what I might next wake up to experience. I could not ever wait. Goodbye. Dearest Lenny, I have prayed for you. He spoke your name. A journal entry translated from Spanish, 1880. I've experienced the greatest terror. I've experienced the greatest terror. I've experienced the greatest terror. I see his eyes, and when I close mine, they are hollow, black. They saw me and pierced me. There's a wet hand. I will not sleep. His voice. Unintelligible text. A Manners Log, 1691. He came to me in my sleep. From the foot of my bed I felt a hesitation. He took everything. We must return to England. We do not return here again at the request of the Rake. From a witness, 2006. 3 years ago, I had just returned from a trip from Niagara Falls with my family for the 4th of July. We were all very exhausted after a long day of driving, so my husband and I put the kids right to bed and called it a night. At about 4 a.m., I woke up thinking my husband had gone up to use the bathroom. I used the moment to steal back the sheets, only to wake him in the process. I apologized and told him I thought he got out of bed. When he turned to face me, he gasped and pulled his feet up from the bed so quickly, his knee almost knocked me out of the bed. Then he grabbed me and said nothing. After adjusting to the dark for half a second, I was able to see what caused the strange reaction. At the foot of the bed, sitting and facing away from us, there was what appeared to be a naked man, or a large, hairless dog of some sort. The body position was disturbing and unnatural, as if it had been hit by a car or something. For some reason, I was not instantly frightened by it, but more concerned as to its condition. At this point, I was somewhat under the assumption that we were supposed to help him. My husband was peering over his arm and knee, talking to the fetal position, occasionally glancing at me before turning to the creature. In a flurry of motion, the creature scampered around the side of the bed and then crawled quickly up in a flailing sort of motion right along the bed until it was less than a foot away from my husband's face. The creature was completely silent for about 30 seconds, or probably closer to 5. It just seemed like a while, just looking at my husband. The creature then placed its hand on his knee and ran to the hallway leading to the kids' room. I screamed and ran for the light switches, planning to stop him before he hurt my children. When I got to the hallway, the light from the bedroom was enough to see crouching and hunched over about 20 feet away. He turned around and looked directly at me, covered in blood. I flipped the switch in the hall and saw my daughter, Clara. The creature ran down the stairs with my husband, and I rushed to help our daughter. She was very badly injured and spoke only once more in her short life. She said, "He is the Rake." My husband drove his car into a lake that night while rushing my daughter to the hospital. They did not survive. Being a small town, news got around pretty quickly. The police were helpful at first, and a local newspaper took a lot of interest as well. However, the story was never published, and the local television news never followed up either. For several months, my son Justin and I stayed in a hotel near my parents' house. After we decided to return home, I began looking for answers myself. I eventually located a man the next town over who had a similar story, got in contact, and began talking about our experiences. He knew of other people in New York who had seen the creature. We now refer to it as Rake. It took the four of us about 2 solid years of hunting in the internet and writing letters to come up with a small collection of what I believed to be accounts of the Rake, none of them giving any detail, history, or follow-up. One journal had an entry involving the creature in its first 3 pages, and never mentioned it again. The ship's log explained nothing of the encounter, saying only that it was told to leave by the Rake. That was the last entry in the log. However, on the first day of the 3rd week, I thought I heard something different. What I found was a shrill voice. It was the Rake. I can't listen to it long enough to even begin to describe it. I felt that I haven't let anyone listen to it yet. All I know is that I've heard it before, and believe me, that it spoke when it was sitting in front of my husband. I don't remember hearing anything the first time for some reason. The voice in the recorder immediately brings me back to that moment. The thoughts must have gone through my daughter's head, making me very upset. I have not seen the Rake since he ruined my life, but know that he has been in my room while I slept. I know and fear that one night he'll wake up and see me staring at him.